Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Weekly Comic Roundup. We've got decent sized haul Marvel and Image books this week. So let's get started. Kicking things off, we've got Dazzler #2, continuing the miniseries focusing on the mutant pop star. So where we left off, Dazzler had started her tour in Los Angeles, and there was a villain. Maybe it's Scorpiana was Scorpiana attacked the show, and so this issue opens with the tail end of the opening date of the tour, and with Guido and Domino try to interrogate Scorpiana, and Scorpiana says that there's a large payday to make sure that Dazzler's sewer tanks, and more than likely there's going to be additional attacks. But the next day, the the band goes to England to play at the UK Broadcasting Company. Totally not BBC. Totally not. But first, Dazzler's doing an interview with James Bristol. So it's a little adversarial, which is actually to be expected with UK journalists, even in entertainment. But Dazzler performs a song on stage, and there's apparently a psychic attack. Domino diffuses the attacker, diffuses the attack temporarily, but it turns out to be just a psychic mutant. But apparently, the psychic attack wasn't his idea. Apparently, his name is Fred, and someone's been blackmailing him to attack this particular tour date. And the issue ends with an old friend of Dazzler's showing up. To help him get to the next show. That old friend, Lila Cheney. Fun issue. I don't. There's apparently a running gag with Dazzler shows. Is it even a Dazzler show if a supervillain doesn't attack? So, but technically, there wasn't a supervillain that attacked. There were villains that attacked, but presumably probably not super. They did use a superpowered individual to attack the show. So yeah. Anyways, moving on though to our next book, we've got X Factor number 3. Continuing the extent the I'm still saying very ecstatics inspired run of X Factor. So where we left off, the Havoc had gone to talk to some of to the Mutant Underground. They were trying they tried to sway him to their beliefs, which admittedly they're kind of in the right. But Havoc sided with with X Factor, and so the issue begins in L.A. at a fan event. Cecilia and Pyro doing signings, and Havoc taking pictures with fans for $50 a pop. But Havoc is sad and trying to track down Polaris in the hopes that maybe they can patch things up. But Havoc's introduced to the owner of Click Clock, as well as CEO of Fartech, Ethan Farthing. Apparently, Ethan has a top secret mission to impart on X Factor. Fartech maintains a research base on the moon, Luna 1, that it seems that the base is about to be attacked. And the base has some automated defenses, but they're run by AI, so, well, yeah, they're terrible. Likely to be attacked by mercenaries, probably X-Term. And Havoc asked for the story on Granny Smite. Apparently, when she was 87, her house burned down with her husband inside. Well, her and her husband inside it. She survived. Then she had a discount flight to Florida with her son and his family, and the plane crashed, and, well, she survived. So in the span of 6 months, she lost her entire family and survived 2 unsurvivable disasters. But X Factor makes their way. Basically, ends up in their X Factor jet, Blackbird. It feels it's capable of space flight. It looks like the Blackbird, but yeah. But also there's apparently a mole on the team. And Cecilia points out that Pyro is going to be useless in space. Because, no oxygen. The base defenses attack X Factor, and Ethan Farthing pops up to explain that there's a change of plans at the mission. Apparently, an X-Term attack was misdirection. And he explains what's really going on. The base is run by a secret and highly proprietary artificial intelligence called Paperclip. But housing scientists on the moon is expensive, Paperclip runs the base to maximize production and reduce payroll. Which, no, that worked great. It was programmed. It was programmed to protect the base at all costs. So it concluded that the biggest threat to the base was Farthing, deciding that it was too expensive to run. So it started using a graviton beam to redirect asteroids towards Earth. When the scientists realized what was going on, they tried to shut Paperclip down, at which point carbon monoxide got introduced to the air supply. So the actual mission is not to protect the base, but to destroy it. So, Frenzy, Zyber, and Granny Smite are with Havoc to, well, destroy the base, while Pyro flies the jet. And it seems that the base can plan for everyone on the team, except for Granny Smite. And so they get into the they realize that as the base is powered by a nuclear reactor, if they remove the control rod, the reactor will assume it's in meltdown and the base will self-destruct. However, the control rod is, of course, going to remove the control rod will likely expose someone to radiation. So Granny volunteers, gets the control rod, and base explodes, and, well, Havoc, presumably Havoc, thinks that the intelligence may be artificial, but the stupidity is genuine. But Farthing reveals that he's not worried about anything other than investors finding out that they can't have that Paperclip possibly almost destroyed the world. At least, you know, so long as it's profitable. And that is where the issue ends. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, yeah, this is very much just Ecstatic's rebranded X Factor with more mainstream mutants, which is fine. It works, and you have. I think that it works that as well as it does because of the history of the character members, the fact that the members of X Factor have established histories, and, well, with the Ecstatics had at this point have established history, but it's, you know, they're very well niche. So, but overall, you know, a good issue. You know, I like seeing learning Granny's backstory. Be curious to learn Zyber's, and it'd be nice to see Pyro get to be more useful in the future. Anyways, though, wrapping it up, our last one for a moment, we've got X-Men number 6. So, the psychic rescue went off without a hitch. Business as usual at the factory, with, in fact, anti-mutant protesters, well, protesting. And Temper is bemoaning the fact that Quentin Quire isn't messing with the heads of the protesters. Like dig up the dirty, petty thoughts about they have about each other. But he just figures, what will be the point? But it turns out that there's a kid among the protesters. She makes the midnight man, basically, hand signal. And Beast gives a briefing about the newer the new mutants they've discovered, which is yes, they are mutants, artificially created, but how and who's behind it, they don't know. Aside from the fact that Cassandra Nova's involved. Though Crown points out that certainly Cassandra Nova's involved because, well, Crown was there when they left for 2 billion years in the past. Zorn poses the question what to call these new mutants. Homo sapiens superior nova. Though Magneto points out that they will call them mutants. He says that he makes no distinction between mutants born and mutants made. And neither will the X-Men. Magneto welcomes the new arrivals and tells them, hey, well, they will be known by whatever names they choose for themselves. But well, so Ben Liu says that he doesn't really have anywhere to go back to. The world thinks he's dead, and he burned his life down when he was crazy. The girl from Detroit, well, she can't go back there, not looking the way she does, and with the upstarts still being out there, Scott suggests that Ben stay there. Jennifer said that Hank can help, Beast can help her understand the needs of her new physiology. There's a place in the factory for them both as long as they want to stay. Magic points out and makes an interesting point. Why were Ben and Jennifer left, basically returned to the world, while the Santo Marco 6 got teleported away? Ben was abducted. Jennifer was, as was Jennifer, based on the missing time she's reported, with activated after processing. While Santo Marco 6 all activated at once, indicating a possible partnership between 3K and 4th School, perhaps the 6th are in 3K's custody. Beast's best guess is that Cassandra Nova and her compatriots are refining their process, refinement that requires constant practice. Whether they thought of Ben and Jennifer as failures to be discarded or subjects to be monitored, Beast doesn't know. And Beast also, and asked why can't Beast just do science about it by magic? Beast points out that the Beast who is at the cutting edge of technology is dead, and while Beast is trying to catch up, he's missing the many years of research and self-improvement that War Criminal Beast enjoyed. Um, but apparently Glob made quiche. And Temper tells Magic about the girl who had who made the mutant M, and also knows that Magic is playing chess by text. And yes, Cyclops had had detailed files on each of the protesters, and so they, oh yeah, and Magic decided to speak with Piper Cobb, daughter of anti-mutant protester Rose Ellen Cobb. But Oya suggests that they, well, basically kidnap the kid with Magic being able to teleport. But Magic points out that it could be a trap. You know, not that they can be overpowered by the protesters, but like a PR trap. You know, oh, there's now reliable anecdote of a child being kidnapped by mutants, and you know, saying, oh, with the excuse of, well, this child's a mutant, so we're trying to, you know, basically their conflict with ONE would turn them quite hot. Also, Oya points out that Magic is smarter than she lets on. And so, Piper's mother gets put to sleep, but like just knocked out basically. And Oya and Magic show up to talk to Piper. There's also Beast and Magneto talk a bit about the Danger Room and everyone's the X-Men's affection for it. And that yes, Beast is trying to figure out how to help Magneto. He's not sitting in a chair, slowly sitting in a chair just because it looks cool. And there's a though Beast says he's been going through files looking for mutants with the power to manipulate powers, and the name Javier Cortez is floated, though Magneto would rather prefer to stay in the chair than deal with Cortez. And back with Magic and Piper. Piper explains that the Frozen Sentinel and Merle is there because it detected her. And that's where the issue ends. Well, that's the beginning of one mystery solved. We'll have to see what happens with... I assume that Piper's status as a mutant will be further explored as the series goes on. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon patron Red Bands of Penis. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.